myself forever. Why I didn't put myself together as soon as you peered into my eyes.
Do you think you get enough nutrients during the day, and what is your daily diet plan?
Yes, I do. McDonald's, Burger King, Chick-fil-A, Taco Bell, give me my nutrients I need.
Do you think you get enough nutrients during the day, and yes or no, what's your diet plan?
No, I do not get enough nutrients in my day. I eat junk food, pizza, burgers, stuff like that.
Alright, do you get enough nutrients in your diet?
Yes.
Alright, and what kind of foods do you eat to get all your nutrients?
I do a lot of chicken, a lot of broccoli, steak and vegetables and salad. I eat pretty healthy, probably 5 to 6 meals a day, so I get a pretty good amount of nutrients in my diet.
Does your family have enough nutrients in their diet, and if so, what are some of the things that you guys eat daily?
Definitely nutrition's big in our family. Daily, a ton of fruit, you know specifics? A ton of fruit, vegetables, whole grains. Try to do not as many as processed foods as possible.
What would you do in an emergency situation? Like, where would you go? What would you bring with you?
In an emergency situation, I'd probably grab my phone and then I'd get my family and my dogs and grab food and water and go downstairs to my basement where there's no windows and turn on the TV and see what's going on.
If there was an emergency right now, what would you do?
Probably run to Macy's basement because that's like the safest place. I mean, there was a tornado warning sometime last week, and that's where we were supposed to go. So that's like the safest place, I think.
If there was an emergency, whether it be weather related or if there was like a shooter in the mall, what would you do if that happened right now?
I would probably head for the downstairs, like, inside corridors. Like, towards the bathrooms or something. Something that's, like, central. Basically the basement. Walk through the empty basement. We would find the basement.
But if y'all have like a family emergency plan or a family emergency kit in
Like
case
if
of a
you were at
disaster,
home. We actually do. We have we have a Rubbermaid container with a change of clothes for each person in the family. And in our basement, we've started storing water and canned foods in case we have more tornadoes or something.
that's great. And what would you do if there was an emergency?
I basically would go anywhere safe. Like as she said, I would go downstairs and find somewhere safer. Then that's it.
If there was an emergency right now, what would your emergency plan be?
What's the emergency?
Anything. Shooter in the mall, tornado.
Tornado was the first day I worked here last week. We had a tornado, and the security came through announcing, stay downstairs, away from glass. And
What if there was a fire?
Then the tornado warning was canceled, and they went through the store again and said, tornado canceled, tornado warning canceled.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Thank you.
And
You're welcome.
We have all these fire extinguisher right there if you want to get a picture of this. The fire alarm right there on the mirror.
So, sir, what would you do in an emergency situation? I guess he's just not a talker.
If you were at your house and there was an emergency, what's the first thing you would do?
If it was a health emergency, I would call 911. If it was weather related, I would go straight to my basement.
Does your family have a emergency plan or emergency kit in the house?
I wouldn't say that we have an emergency kit, but we have, we've discussed with them a plan in terms of, okay, if something happens and we need to get out of the house, whose house to go to and meet and stuff. It's not something that's drilled in their heads every month or anything, but we've discussed it. And I don't say that we have a kit, a box to go to all of our stuff, but we do have an emergency radio and batteries and things like that.
This is what you don't do in an emergency. Emergency! Earthquake! This is not a good idea.
somebody ran away saying fast as I can, I got to go.